You close your eyes every night and the show begins. Colors, faces, places you've never been. But here's the question nobody asks. What happens when someone who's never seen a sunset closes their eyes? Do they dream in pictures, or is it something completely different? Most people assume blind people don't dream visually. That makes sense, right? No eyes, no images. But the truth is way more interesting than that, and it changes depending on when you lost your sight. Let's start with the science. When you dream, your brain isn't using your eyes, it's using your visual cortex, the part of your brain that processes sight. Even if your eyes are damaged or missing, that part of the brain is still there, still active, still ready to dream. But here's where it gets complicated. There are two types of blindness: congenital blindness, that means you were born blind, and acquired blindness, that means you could see at some point and then lost your vision. If you were born blind, your visual cortex never got input from real life, so it can't just make up images from scratch. Instead, your brain does something incredible. It rewires itself. Studies show that people born blind still dream, but their dreams are full of sound, smell, touch, taste, emotions, every sense except sight. They dream about conversations, textures, the feeling of wind on their face, the smell of rain on hot pavement. Think about that for a second. A person who's never seen a face can still dream about someone they love, just not what they look like. They dream about the sound of their voice, the warmth of their hand, the way they laugh. Now here's where it gets really wild. Your brain doesn't like empty space, so in people born blind, the visual cortex doesn't just sit there doing nothing. It gets recruited. It starts processing sound, touch, even language. So when they dream, that part of the brain adds depth, intensity, texture to their non-visual dreams. It's like your brain takes the volume knob for senses and cranks it up to make up for what's missing. But people who became blind later in life, they have a totally different experience because they've seen things before. Their visual cortex already has memories, images stored up, so when they dream, those images come back, full color, full detail. Research from the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine found that people who lost their sight after age 5 almost always dream visually. They see faces, places, objects, just like sighted people do, because their brain already has the files. It's like looking through an old photo album while you sleep. But here's the twist: over time, those visual dreams start to fade. The longer someone has been blind, the less visual their dreams become. It's like the brain slowly deletes the old files because it doesn't need them anymore. It's busy processing new information through sound, touch, smell. One study tracked dreams over 20 years and found that people who had been blind for more than 30 years had almost no visual content in their dreams. It was all sound, all feeling, all emotion. So what does a blind person's dream actually feel like? One blind man described it like this. He said, "I dream about walking through a market. I can hear vendors calling out. I can smell spices. I feel the heat of the sun. I hear people laughing. I feel the ground beneath my feet, but I never see any of it. It's like being inside a movie, but with the screen turned off." Another woman said, "I dream about my childhood home. I remember the creak of the stairs, the smell of my mother's cooking, the sound of rain on the roof, but I don't remember what the walls looked like. I never saw them." And here's something nobody talks about. Blind people can have nightmares too, but their nightmares are different. Instead of seeing something scary, they feel something scary, a hand grabbing them from behind, a sound that won't stop. The sensation of falling. Their nightmares are built on fear, not on images. Some blind people report something called sensory dream enhancement, where their dreams are so vivid, so rich in sound and smell, that they wake up exhausted, like they actually lived through what happened in the dream, because their brain is working overtime to fill in the gaps. There's also something called phantom sight, where a blind person might, in rare cases, get flashes of visual images in their dreams, even if they've never seen anything in real life. Scientists think this happens because the visual cortex is so active that it occasionally fires random signals, creating brief flashes of light, color, or shapes. It's like the brain is trying so hard to dream visually that it glitches. And for a split second, something appears. So to answer the question, yes, blind people dream every single night. Their dreams are just as rich, just as emotional, just as meaningful as anyone else's. They're just built on different senses. And here's the part that should make you think. Your dreams aren't really about what you see. They're about what you feel, what you hear, what you remember. Your brain doesn't need your eyes to paint a picture. It just needs your memories, your emotions, your imagination. So the next time you close your eyes and the show begins, remember, not everyone sees the same movie, but everyone dreams. If this blew your mind, hit that like button. It helps more than you know. And subscribe if you want more videos like this, where we break down the weird, the hidden, and the unexpected about how your brain really works. I'll see you in the next one.